Going here, YouTube family, what's going on, man? I know it's been a week since the last time that we talked. We are back here yet again talking about government contracting. If you don't know, we're here each and every Thursday. Try to get in here at noon, but sometimes I got some things going on, so could be a little later, but we're here. Also, make sure you're subscribing to this channel, as we do put videos out all of the time to teach you guys about government contracting. When we get started here, guys, I'm all about team building. You guys will hear me talk about gang all the time, and that's gathering and networking genuinely to me. So before we get started here, every time you watch a video, whether you're watching it on a replay or you're here live, I want you to make sure that you put the name of your business in the chat. Let us know who you are, where you're from. What is your industry? If you have the NAICS code for your industry, make sure you put that in there. And what do you need help with, right? Let us know what you need help with. How can you help other people as well? And most importantly, what's your contact information, guys? This is an opportunity to build those relationships, to network. That is the number one way to me at doing government contracting. Network with other people. A lot of people make this process hard because they're trying to do everything themselves. But I promise you, if you guys can start teaming with other like-minded individuals, and most importantly, just having a conversation with other like-minded people, things are going to start to change for you. So again, make sure that you are putting that information down in there. Mario, what's going on, my brother? Pleasure to see you here. Thanks for showing up. Tony, what's happening with you as well? I hope that you're having an amazing day out there. All right, now let me tell you a little bit about myself before we get into trucking government contracts. Guys, I did over $1 million at the age of 25, knowing absolutely nothing about running a business. I didn't know how to hire people. I didn't know about accounting. I didn't know about laws and regulations. I didn't know about payroll. Payroll is something else. I didn't know any of this stuff, nor did I have any money. So I'm telling you those factors because, again, a lot of the times we scare ourselves away from opportunity. So yes, I didn't have any of that stuff, so I want to make sure that you understand you can get involved without having any of it as well. I'm from the DMV area. As you guys know, the DMV is like the mecca of government contracting. My business, Malmar LLC, is where we first got started at. We do IT work, help desk. Now we've expanded to marketing for the last 4 years. We also sell products. We did over $250,000 to the Prince George's County local government, selling iPads, iPhones, and screen protectors for both of those, plus the SIM cards. I still got a bunch of SIM cards here. So yeah, we were able to sell those products and be the middleman to Apple and get those products that the government needed. So you can, again, do these type things too with getting started in government contracting. Since we've been able to be so good at building the relationships and networking, we've been able to consult to over 20 companies in government contracting. It's produced them over $50 million. And of course, we get a percentage of every contract that we help our companies win. Been able to train over 1,500 students in government contracting, and most importantly, if you guys want to contact me at any time and stay up to date with anything that I have going on, just visit TravisKnows.com. Again, you can spell it any type of way you want, honestly. You can mess it up, N-O-S or K-N-O-W-S. Either way, it's going to get to me. Charles, what's going on, my brother? Pleasure to have you in here as well. See my truckers coming in. That's what I'm talking about. Paul, what's happening? Pleasure to have you back again. I appreciate you, my brother. Let's get the party rolling here. I know you guys want to hear about the trucking industry, so let me get us over to what I'll be teaching you guys about today. Showing you guys about this industry. Let me change my screen here. Now, where I'm starting out at is USASpending.gov. Okay, again, this is a site that we do a lot of research on, and you can't exceed in this space if you're not willing to research. All of the information that you need is sitting right in front of you. You just got to open your eyes. Okay, so hopefully I'm going to open your eyes today to the trucking industry of government contracting. It's over $200+ million a year industry. Do you hear me? $200+ million, and 23% of that must go to minority-owned businesses. And I always stress the definition of minority-owned, okay? Because sometimes society got us a little confused on what the definition of minority is. And minority is just honestly anybody who's not a white male. It's the easiest definition for you to remember. Don't try to make it any more difficult than what that is. Anybody who is not a white male is a minority in the American government. So that means that white females are minorities. And I'm saying that because a lot of our counterparts are very strategic when it comes to this space, and you need to be strategic as well. You need to utilize every opportunity that you can in order to make a contract come your way. So a lot of our white male companies or white male entrepreneurs realize this loophole in government of minority status, and they're honestly operating their wives' businesses, but of course on paper it's not looking like they're operating it. But trust me, they're operating the business. Now I'll tell you guys that because a lot of times we can utilize strategies of having our mother part of our business so you can become a women-owned business. And of course there's things that you have to put in place in order for it to prove, right? The only way that you could prove that the business is being ran by the woman, your mother, your cousin, your sister, is through like meeting minutes, right? And of course you have to have them on the documentation when you open your business to say that they have 51% or more ownership of that business. But meeting minutes proves that they're making decisions to run the business of 51% ownership. So I'm not telling you guys what to do, because some people try to beat you up when you give strategic advice, but take that mental note and you run with it how you run with it. But I'm telling you right now, our counterparts are utilizing strategies to get that minority opportunity funneling their way, and you could do the exact same thing. But we're going to be diving into the trucking business for today. So we're not really going to dive too much into the certifications and how to get started with government contracting. I believe that you should already know that. If not, I have tons of videos to teach you that information, and I have a course to teach you this information. But the trucking industry, again, is what we're going to focus on, and I'm going to show you guys a little bit about it. So again, you can hopefully become a believer of government contracting if you are in the trucking industry. And I also want to make a quick note here. You don't have to have a truck to get these contracts, right? So I don't want your mind to think that you have to have a fleet of trucks in order to win government contracts as a trucker. I want you to remember that there is something called a dispatch service, right? And does the dispatcher have trucks? Okay, the dispatcher is out there literally filling loads, and they don't have any trucks. So how can they enter the trucking industry and not have a fleet of vehicles? So again, I want your mind to understand that you don't have to have a fleet of vehicles, a fleet of trucks in order to make this happen. You really, you don't have to know dispatch, and you really don't have to know any of this stuff. You just have to believe, for one, and you have to be determined to get it done. Because at the end of the day, you're not going to be the person driving the truck. You shouldn't be the person filling the loads. Like, you should not be the person actually doing the operations. You are the visionary of the business. You must be committed to bringing sales into the business. So if you're committed to bringing sales into the business, that means that you can't operate the business. Somebody else should be doing this stuff. So now you can focus on how can I get more contracts for my workers. And that's how the business scales. If you're not generating revenue off of OPT, other people's time, then you're not building a business. You created a higher paying job for yourself. And my people in the trucking industry, a lot of you all have created a higher paying job for yourself. That's all you've done. You're an owner operator who works harder. And I want to hopefully get you out of that mindset of working hard. We often learn more skills just so we can work harder, opposed to just hiring the people who already have the skills and going to go get sales for those workers. Your job is doing that to you right now as we speak. So that's why I know you can do the exact same thing, and you will do the exact same thing. Now let's get started with our NAICS code. Now guys, when we're here at USASpending, we're going to go over here to award search and then advanced search. And what I want you guys to see right here is just put in the last 4 years. We're going to go all the way to 2018. So all of your 2018 contract, well, not all of them, a large percentage of your 2018 contracts, they should be coming up for renewal. 2017, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. So 17 and 18 contracts, they should be coming up for renewal in 2022, 2023. So if we look at the contracts back here at these dates, we can build our pipeline, is what we call it, for opportunities that are getting ready to come out. And if the RFP has not hit the streets, then we're allowed to talk to government. We can have conversations with government about the opportunities that we research. It's not illegal to say anything to them at the moment that the opportunity is not on the street. We did our due diligence, we did our research, so now we want to get in front of the decision maker before they even put the solicitation out. Guys, when people are waiting for the solicitations to hit the streets before they go after it, to me, they don't know government contracting and they're behind the 8 ball. Instead, you have to build up that pipeline, start shaking hands and kissing babies like yesterday, so they know who you are. And once they know who you are and you're starting to put your company in submission and it hits their desk, they already have that relationship right there. So again, do your research first. So we're looking back all the way to 2018. And now we're going to come down here and we're going to go to our NAICS code, okay? North American Industry Classification. Now, in the trucking industry, guys, you have 3 main NAICS codes. It's going to be 484230 is one of them, okay? Specialized freight, long distance. All right, pretty sure you guys know what that is, you all who are in the industry. All right, so we're going to go ahead and select that one. Did I put it on there? Hope it did. Why didn't it put it up there? All right, so we'll just do the 48 then. All right, so the other one that you're going to have is 484110. Oops. 484. Put too many 8s right there. 484110. Alright, so I guess it's just gonna make me do all the 4/8s. I don't know why it's not. See, this is what I hate about government software, man. I use other software to do this stuff. I don't really use the government software, but you know, a lot of people don't have the revenue to get the software, so I do like to show you guys the free stuff. So we're just gonna stick with 4/8. The 3 main NAICS codes for trucking is 484230, 484110, and 484121. Okay. Those are your 3 main NAICS codes. I didn't want these 50 NAICS codes of 480. I don't know why it's not, man. Let me hit the refresh button real quick. I do not want to pull up all those NAICS codes. All right, so we're coming back down here again. 484. Let me see if it'll just let me do the 4841. Okay. I think we may be good to go right there. 484230. All right, so we got it. It's just gonna make me pull them all up. So we hit submit search. Now we have 1,700 opportunities right here that have been awarded in government contracting. And as you guys could see, There's $25 million opportunity right here. Now, anytime you see a $25 million opportunity right here, chances are this is a large business, okay? So they can't do small business contracts. That may mean this should become one of your favorite people, right? This could be a potential partner right here because they'll need you in order to get small business contracts, just like you'll need them in order to win those small business opportunities, because they're going to have the past performance, the experience that you need in order to go after a $9 million contract, a $15 million contract. So what we do is click on this company right here, and it's going to show the information. And it's actually, this company is not a large business. It is a small business. They're doing $8.7 million a year on average, or no, that's how much they've been awarded so far, is $8.7 million over 35 transactions. We have their address right here, okay, so we know that they're located in Delaware. Now, just because I know how business operates, this company is probably not in Delaware. They probably just put their headquarters there, tax reasons in Delaware, so we may have to look a little deeper to find where the actual company is located. But we have information right here. We could see that they are a small business. They're a veteran-owned business. They're a women-owned small business. So we need to keep chart of that. I always remind you guys, you should have 2 of each set aside as part of your team. And when I say part of your team, it's just your network. They need to know who you are. So you should have 2 women-owned companies, 2 veteran-owned companies, 2 service-disabled veteran-owned companies, 2 8As, 2 hub-zone companies, 2 economically disadvantaged women-owned small businesses, all in your network. When you're out in the streets, you're looking to get 2 of those companies to know who you are. So you're going to be doing a lot of shaking hands and kissing babies to build up that team. And this is how you build up that team, right here, doing your research. Another thing that you also want to make sure when you click on those companies is look right here. What other business names are they doing work under? This is very important because literally they may flip the name in Concepts Dari. They may not have a LLC on the other name. They may have a comma, right? So let me see this one. The only difference is Dari Concepts, comma LLC. This company right here is Dari Concepts, no comma LLC, right? So you have to pay attention to what's happening right there so you can understand all of the money that's coming into this business, okay? You could also take their UEI number. Again, Dunn's number we're not really looking up anymore, so the UEI number, you could take that right there and search them as well. But all of your information is going to be right here for the company who's doing well in the trucking niche for government contracts. So let's go back here. Okay, so you could sort this by the dollar amount so you can see which companies are excelling. Another thing that I like to do here as well is come down here to the bottom, and I want to just scroll over. Let me see what agencies are spending that type of money. And I already know DOD is going to be the largest players in the trucking space. That's Department of Defense, and as you guys can see, a lot of money is coming out in DOD. So in my mind, my customer would need to be Department of Army. That should be one of my customers that I'm looking towards marketing to because they're, as you can see, they're spending all the money. It would be stupid for you to come over here to the State Department. And again, I didn't do research to see if the State Department is spending a lot of money, but at a quick glimpse, I see that the Army is spending loads and loads of money in the trucking industry. So I want to make sure that the Army is one of my customers because I understand that 23% of that needs to go to minority-owned businesses. So I just want to show up and show out. And the best way to do that is practice my research and use my cheating method. You guys know I'm a cheater. I've been cheating in business all my life. I've cheated my way through school and I've cheated my way through business. And if you guys don't understand that concept of how I cheat, I would advise you to find one of my videos on my cheating method or join into the program and I teach you guys exactly how to go about cheating. But if you start from scratch, you're going to give yourself a headache there. Other agencies that I've seen right here, of course, they're under DOD, Air Force, the Navy. They're the ones spending money. Of course, you always want to make sure that you know the dates of when the money was being distributed. That's going to be right here in this column. So you can also look at your end date, right? What are the end dates of these contracts? Here you go, 2022. These are your 2022 opportunities that are going to end in December. But we could literally just scroll right here and go to where we at: January, February, March, April. What are we in? May? That's 5. Okay. So if I'm starting to look right here, I would probably just look for next month, right? These are opportunities that could be popping up, potential opportunities that you could do your networking for and possibly get these contracts. Now, FedEx Freight East. I love this right here. Look, when I click on FedEx Freight East, I don't know if that is FedEx or not. But as you can see, this recipient is a child of FedEx Corporation. FedEx Freight East Incorporated. So you got to understand, if I click on FedEx Corporation, they're an $830 million company in government contracting. But what did they do? They spun up some other shit right here called FedEx Freight East Incorporated, and that East Incorporated company only did $672. It's a lot of games that get played right here, all because we're not showing up as minority-owned businesses. So these big boys understand that since we don't show up, they have to take strategic approaches at winning these contracts, because the money's sitting there. Here's the difference. You know, it's not sitting there to just give to you. It's sitting there for you to provide a solution. So, you know, this is why I try to preach to the community as much as I can. Don't beg the government for shit. Instead, just take these contracts right here. If we do not go after these contracts, then damn it, FedEx going to come get them. Lockheed Martin going to come get them. And they're playing games. All because we're not paying attention. We're so emotional when it comes to government, instead of paying attention to the business of government. I don't give a damn about what the government's doing. I can't control what the government's doing. Once you vote these people in office, it's out of your hands. You voted for them, right? Even if you didn't vote for that person, we're in America, okay? Once our elected officials are in there, they're in there for the next 4 years, 2 years, whatever that term is. Instead, we need to focus on the business so we can get those bad apples up out of office. We can't get them out of office without no money. I'm just telling you that straight up right now. Emotions have never put somebody in office. Money puts people in office. So let's stop letting FedEx Corporation. Do you understand? FedEx is getting $830 million from the government just on the name FedEx Corporation. They have 9 other business names right here. Do you see all these? Ginkgo Infrastructure, Ginkgo Distribution. You probably didn't even know that's FedEx. TNT Express Worldwide for Poland. You didn't know this is FedEx. FedEx Express Japan, right? They're playing games, making millions. This is just FedEx Corporation at $830 million. We cannot keep letting them get all of these contracts. We have to at some point show up and show out. All right? So again, I'm following the money. The money's sitting right here. As I look through here and I'm looking, we did end date. Okay? I'm looking at my 2022. Here's how you build your pipeline. There's no need for you to go run around chasing opportunities when you can start right here for your research. So if I just scroll over here, in the top contracts were the latest. What do we got right here? Okay, Department of Defense. We got AID, Agriculture, Veteran Affairs, Treasury, Veteran Affairs, Agriculture, Veteran Affairs. So damn it, your customer needs to start looking like Veteran Affairs, DOD, and Agriculture. I mean, why would you go look at anybody else? They're right here, spending money. And when it's DOD, we need to scroll over a little more. It's preferably the Air Force. And when we look at, what was it, AID right here, The veteran affairs is going to be the veteran affairs. Agriculture, you got the marketing services for agriculture. I don't know what they're spending in marketing services, but again, it's all right here. You feel me? Now, another trick that I like to do. I know people at the end of the day, you're doing work or you're looking to seek contracts with people. Okay, I understand we're saying government contracts, but you must understand that it's an individual person. Well, it's not always an individual person. It could be a couple people, but the moral is it's people making decisions, not government. So I know people like to work with people they know, whether it's government or the private sector. So I'm building up a pipeline of government contractors right here who are winning $778,000, $1.7 million, $500,000, $2.8 million. And I'm going to start networking with them because, again, I need some teammates. I need some help and some assistance. But what I'm also going to do is come on over here to my location and I'm going to put recipients location. We're going to go ahead and select country, United States. Can anybody tell me while I'm looking through this, why do you think I'm looking up recipients location? Go ahead and put that down there in the chat feature. Why do you think that I'm looking at the awarded contracts and then I'm looking for the recipient's location of those awarded contracts? I'm going to look at my actual state first. Why would I want to look in my actual state first? Go ahead and put that down there in the chat while I fill this out. And again, I'm telling you guys to do this because I need you to think outside of the box. I already know how to do this, okay? But your mind sometimes just need to think on your own, and then I can confirm it for you, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and put in Maryland. We're not worried about the county. I don't want to put it in the county or the city, and I'm going to go ahead and hit Add Filter right here, all right? Now I want to go ahead and search. Submit the search, and I just took 1,700 opportunities down to 16 opportunities. Always look closely first, then branch out. Yes, Mario. Let me go ahead and put that up there. Here you go. Sorry. Always look closely first, then branch out. Guys, as I stated, people like to do business with people that they know. So if I'm looking for the contractor who's been winning money in my backyard, my state, then damn it, if they're winning, let me look over here. If they're winning $3 million in my backyard, why the hell would you not act like them? You know what I'm saying? They're winning $3.1 million in your backyard. That means that 9 times out of 10, the person who awarded them this contract is also probably in your backyard. That means I can pull up on them. That's why I'm trying to look locally first. I can pull up on them. If I look for somewhere in Nebraska, I got to get my ass on a plane. I got to try to coordinate things. It may not work out. But in the state of Maryland, I can drive up on them every day. You know, they may not have answered the call today to knock at the door today, but I'm coming back tomorrow to knock on that door. I'm coming back the next day to knock on that door. Somebody gonna open this door in my backyard because I ain't got nothing but time. And it don't cost me a lot of money to fly out, get a hotel, and blah, blah, blah. Now, again, you can do this in any area. This is why I like federal government. We're allowed to work across all of the states. But when you don't have the finance and resources in the beginning to go over to another state and see what's going on, you want to make sure you're looking in your own backyard. Remember, 23% of all the money needs to go to minority-owned businesses. So I can build that relationship up right there. Not only that, okay? Yes, I'm looking to take some work from some of these people who were in my backyard. And hey, I heard somebody one day, they were on my stuff like, that ain't right that you're taking work from people because I told them some strategies of how we could go to probate and I could prolong this thing out and just run people's money out, and they ain't got no choice but to give up. That's a whole nother strategy. They tried to tell me that ain't right. Listen, I don't give a damn about what's right or what's wrong when it comes to business. In order for me to take a contract, somebody has to lose. I don't want to lose. And I don't know none of these businesses right here. I don't know their family. I don't know their mother. I don't know their kids. I don't know their wife. I know absolutely nothing about them. This ain't no damn friendly thing. I think LeBron messed all this stuff up in being all friendly in competition. This is competition right here. I am competing. And if I can do things legally to get your ass up out of here, I'm going to do it. I don't care about if you have food to put on your family's plate. I got to put food on my own family's plate. What the hell you think I'm worried about your plate for? You need to do what you need to do in order to keep that food running on your plate. But if I can see a strategic approach right here to take that food away from you, I'm going to take it. It ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. This is business. This ain't no damn friendly, make sure we all eat. The world don't work like that. Only your community, your society around you is telling you to play fair. When you're watching every day, these big boys ain't playing fair. Hell, you're watching cryptocurrency and the stock market dive down. You think it's just those are the Fortune 500 companies playing around with us right now. They are dumping money, playing around with the everyday person. Ask them, are they playing fair? So don't talk to me about playing fair in this space. Now, as I look right here, do you guys notice? Government movers, they doing the damn thing. They keep winning contracts in my backyard for trucking. So now I need to just take a look on over here. Oh, they're winning all their contracts with HHS, preferably with NIH. And they got a couple with the U.S. Secret Services. So I probably want to see if I can start to make those relationships down there in NIH. NIH is local. It's in Maryland. Okay. The headquarters right here. I'm pretty sure if we look at Secret Services, I believe the Secret Services in the DC area. Don't quote me on that. And as far as the DOD, I mean, they could be on any base. I need to figure out what base around here. There's tons of bases in the DMV around here that I have to figure out which base are they hauling this stuff from. But boom, I got my answers right here. I got opportunity. Now, of course, you need to check your dates of when stuff is happening. But this is the trucking industry. When you see these like $7,000, these $17,000, hell, even right now, there's $225,000, $129,000. These can be directly awarded. There's no proposal that needs to go out about this stuff. So yes, I want to give NIH a call. And what I want to do once I notice that NIH are the go-to folks that I want to work with here, next thing I'm going to do here is type in NIH OSDBU, OSDBU. NIH OSDBU. Okay, this is the small business liaison that's going to help me figure this thing out, help me network through NIH. Now, I want to make sure that I figure out what their system is on how to work with NIH. Remember, this ain't all government that we're doing business with. We're doing business with the customer of NIH right now. And they have a tab right here, doing business with the Department of Health and Human Services. Because you got to understand, NIH is an office under HHS. So that's why I say you need 1 to 3 agencies max that you're working with. So HHS would be one of my agencies. Under HHS, there's an office called NIH. That's who's spending the money in trucking. So now I have to understand, again, how to conduct business with them. So I'm going to go ahead over here to HHS so I can make sure I'm registered properly to do HHS events. Now that I understand it's HHS, I did look at NIH small business. Okay, I'm looking at the HHS OSDBU. All right, that's the bigger agency. So NIH isn't going to have the OSDBU. HHS is going to have the OSDBU because that's the agency. All right, so now that I click right here, it's going to take me again over to HHS information on how to work with the OSDBU. Now, here's the thing. The people who are successful in government contracting, they come to the OSDBU with the research. Like, hey, Mr. OSDBU, Miss OSDBU, I want to know about this contract. These contracts. Here's the past contract number. That's the award number. Here's the company that it went to before. Here's the agency that purchased it. And here's the other kicker. Sometimes USASpending may not provide all of the information that I need. So all I'm going to do is take the contract number, and we got to play around with two sites, FPDS.gov. Now again, I use software to get through all of this. Yes, you can. I'm going to answer all of your questions here in a second, guys. So keep putting them in there. I will get to them. Don't think that I'm ignoring you. All right. So now that I put the contract number in there, I can pull it up on FPDS. As you guys can see, there was multiple opportunities right here. So we're going to click on View. Do not click on the contract number. Make sure you click on View here. And now I can get a little more information. Well, let me actually go to the actual contract with the dollar. Oh, man. With the dollar amount on it. All right. So now I can see right here that it was awarded in 2018 for $250,000. This was for the public building services. It was located, well, this company right here, okay, CC&C Management Services. They're located out in Bethesda, Maryland. Here's their phone number, so I could put this all in a spreadsheet. So eventually they could become my partner, possibly. Or they could be my competition, and I'm going to take everything from them because they've been relaxed. You know, you can research and see if somebody's getting relaxed. You can take everything because they're not paying attention. I could also see what their set-asides are. They got a minority-owned, they're a black-owned business, they're a service-disabled veteran-owned business, they're a veteran-owned business. All right, all the information right there. I can see that this contract is a firm fixed-priced opportunity, so I need to come in with the exact dollar amount if I want to go after this. I can also see that this opportunity is in Pennsylvania. Okay, so I want to make sure that my trucks or whatever is capable of getting to Pennsylvania. I also want to pay attention to this PSC code. Guys, the NAICS code is like the overall, let's say like real estate, right? This is real estate. That's what the NAICS code is. But let's say you just want to do commercial real estate. Well, commercial real estate will be under the PSC code. We're diving down into what type of real estate. So what they're saying is this is general freight trucking right here. But we're going to dive down with the PSC code, and this is transportation, travel, and relocation services. So I'm pretty sure that this office needed to relocate. They may have built the new office and all of the equipment needed to relocate to another office. Guys, the government moves down the street all the time because they usually don't own the buildings. They're leasing buildings. So they got a new lease in a new building and they need to move the stuff. The other thing that I'm looking for when I'm doing my research is this magical number right here. How many offers were received? Guys, 3 offers, I would leave it alone. That's just me personally. Anytime I see 3, I don't like that because if I enter the space, that means that there's 4 offers that are going to go out there, which means that I have a 25% chance of winning, best case scenario. But we have an incumbent that already had this contract, so I probably got like a 20% chance of winning. Instead, I'm looking for opportunities that are 2 people minimum, 1 or 2 people, because if it's 2 people with me entering, that's a 33% chance of winning. I like that opportunity. If it's a 1 person who submitted an offer, well, if I enter, that's a 50% chance of winning, and I really like that opportunity. But once it started getting down to 25% or more, I'm not playing in that space. Somebody else could do that. It just ain't gonna be me. Also, guys, make sure that you are sharing this information out. You're telling another entrepreneur, put this, there's a share feature on each platform. You can go ahead and click that. And most importantly, join me here on YouTube. If you're on Instagram, there's a link in my bio that you can come to my YouTube channel. If you're here on Clubhouse, the link at the top will take you over here to YouTube. subscribe while you're here, guys. I really want to grow this community of government contracting because I'm tired of the Fortune 500 winning all the contracts. But without you sharing this information, the analytics definitely will not go in our favor. As you guys seen the videos all the time, who are your top earners on YouTube? They don't look like me. So I need your support in order to make this work. I need you to make sure that you're subscribing to the channel, and again, you're sharing this information out so we can defeat those analytics, and like this information as well. But I appreciate all the ones who have done it. So as you guys can see, this is how we're going to do our research right here. So now you know how to do your research. That's going to be a key. Now we can come over here to SAM.gov as well. SAM.gov is going to be where some of the opportunities, a large amount of the opportunities can come out at. We're going to go ahead and hit contract opportunities. I hope they don't make me sign in. All right, we're going to do advanced search right here. All right, we're going to do the exact same thing, guys. We're going to come down here to our products and services. I told you guys our 3 NAICS codes for the trucking industry, 482, and I just want to also, oh man, I hit the wrong button. Also want to make you guys aware that this is not all of the NAICS codes. This is just your main ones. When it comes to the trucking industry, there's more. I'm just focusing on these 3. 484230. All right, we're going to click that right there. Then we're going to do 484110. All right, and we're going to do 484121. So now that we have those 3 right there, I'm going to come up to dates. And this is where you put pressure on yourself. You must put pressure on yourself in government contracting. And what I mean by that, you know, I tell you to build a pipeline. You should have a pipeline of opportunity that goes, I mean, my pipeline goes all the way to 2024. But you should at least have opportunities taking you all the way out to the end of the year. But a lot of people will put opportunities on their pipeline that are like 6 months from now, 8 months from now, and now you're starting to believe it's not working because you gave yourself too much time. You're just starting out. You need to do things that are going to make you believe immediately. Do it scared, do it afraid, but you need to get a taste of this stuff. You're not going to learn government contracting if you don't get a taste of what government contracting is. Like, listen, I love sports, man. I'm a competitor. I fucking hate losing. Okay, so I need to get involved in the game immediately, and I need to attempt it in order for me to understand it. And I believe that that's what you need to do too. So what we're going to do here is dates, and we're going to go to response date, and we're going to do in the next month. Now, as you guys can see, I have 2 opportunities right here. There's a sources sought 2. So I really want to answer these. Now, some people don't like to look for sources soughts or respond to sources soughts because there's no money in this. This isn't a contract or anything, but this is your opportunity to mold this contract so it just comes out to you. That's why I want to answer sources sought. This is my time to tell the government I'm here. And this is how you can access me. I have, after I explain to them that I can perform, that I can do this job based off the sources sought, I'm also putting in the sources sought. I have my 8A certification. I got my women-owned certification. So now they can access me. But here's the kicker. This is why it's good to be in a group, in a community when doing this. Because if you're in my community, which you should do, you're a women-owned business. You're looking at this sources sought right here. I told you you can mold it to come out for women-owned. Well, there's something called the rule of 2. You can Google this. FAR rule of 2. You know, matter of fact, I'll just Google it for you so you can see it. FAR rule of 2. Now, you can read up on the rule of 2. I ain't about to dive into the rule of 2, but I'll give you a brief overview. If I'm a women-owned company and I submit this sources sought right here, and then I tell my homegirl, hey, and this is what we do. I need you to give me a letterhead. with your business's logo on it. Email that over to me. I'm going to put the A+ response on my sources sought response that I'm going to send to this government. I'm going to take my same response. I'm going to take my homegirl's letterhead that she sent over to me, and I'm going to put a B- response on there. And I'm making sure, again, that she has her women-owned certification too, because I'm going to make sure I say in that sources sought, I got my women-owned certification too. But I don't like to stop there. I understand the rule of 2. I play the rule of 3. So I'm going to go get another women-owned company and do the exact same thing. Put that B- response on there. I'm going to email it back to them and say, hey, you need to send this response over to Aaron. Okay, this is the email that I need you to send it to. And you got to send it in before whatever date they've put on here. Now, the reason I'm doing this is because I already know we playing this rule of 2 thing. I'm on Aaron's ass now. You know, I'm doing my due diligence. Not just that. Who is this with? This is with the Veteran Affairs. Okay. So I'm also coming over here. VAOSDBU. All right. Every agency has one. Now I'm over here at the VA OSDBU. I'm making the VA OSDBU aware that I have submitted information for this sources sought, and I'm looking to utilize that rule of 2 of women owned, because I know another company that submitted too, and we could do this thing as a women owned business. Now I'm trying to force them that when they put this opportunity out, if they put this opportunity out, again, they could direct award it. If they put this opportunity out, they don't put it out for open, which means anybody could go after it. Instead, they put it out as a minority-owned business or small business only. And hell, they may actually put it out as a women-owned small business only. And if they put it out like that, and you were the only women looking at it, I mean, of course, you got your other 2 companies to submit, but they not paying attention to it. You set this play up. You're the only one looking at it, the only women-owned business. You just walked yourself into the contract. So this is why I like responding to sources sought. You should respond to sources sought when you're just getting started in government contracting. Don't nobody know who the hell you are. This is your opportunity to network. Not only that, this is also a strategic approach of me getting rid of the companies that I did my research on. Remember on USASpending, I looked at the companies who were already winning. This is my chance to get rid of them. And of course, this is the trucking community, so it would be a little hard. But in the IT community, oh my God, this is how I've been able to consult to companies and do so well. Because when I write the sources sought, I put the subject matter experts that are needed in order to perform on this contract. And I literally say, hey, if you do not have this subject matter expert that has black belt certification, that has his PMP certification, and I'm just loading up the certs that my staff got. You know what I'm saying? It's my personnel. And even if I don't have the personnel, I did the research before, found somebody on Monster Jobs, LinkedIn Network, and I got them to sign a letter of intent. They gave me their resume. I know all of the certs that they already got. I'm putting it in the sources sought, and I'm explaining to the government. It's very, very important that you have the right personnel, and this is the right personnel in order to get that job done. When they put the contract out on the streets, if that damn RFP has your personnel, it's not going to say your personnel's name, but it's going to say, hey, in order to do this, you're going to have this subject matter expert with this experience and these certifications. The black belts, the whatever. That's them telling you they want you, right? They can't tell you directly because that would be illegal depending on the dollar size that they can't do a direct award. They have to put it out to be quote unquote fair and equal. But if they put it out with all of your information that you put in that white paper or that sources sought, that's them trying to say, hey, we want to do business with you. That's why you're going to respond to those sources soughts right there. So again, now you have 2 opportunities to look for here in the trucking. So you got Department of Energy and you got the Veteran Affairs. That's in the next 30 days. Don't be scared to submit to these. These aren't contracts either. These are sources sought. So, I mean, submit to them. You can't lose anything right here, okay? You actually can't lose anything at any time because you never had the contract to lose. So That's why we want to make sure that we go ahead and submit. So I'm looking for the next 3 months. I don't see anything. Let's look at the next year. All right, I'm not seeing too much right there as well. Chances are that majority of your opportunities are going to be under the dollar threshold amount to even come on this system. So these are relationship driven 9 times out of 10. You need to be on the preferred vendors list of these agencies, Homeland, the VA, the Army, DLA, whatever it is. You need to be on their preferred vendors list so they could give you a call. And again, this all starts with the OSDBU. Doing your research, finding the agency that's spending the money, and then focusing in on that OSDBU so they could get you acclimated with how that agency does business. And that's all that matters. I don't care how HHS does business if they're not a customer of mine. I could care less. So you must focus in. So that is trucking and the government contracting space, as well as a lot of the trucking opportunities. Let me come back here to FPDS again. Let's put in one of those NAICS codes, 484230. A lot of your trucking opportunities, let me go to date sign, will 9 times out of 10 be coming under like GSA schedules. So again, as you do your research, you're looking to see if it is coming out on the schedule. So you would notice like the DEA, Drug Enforcement Agency, they use GSA schedules in order to get these opportunities out. So you need to make sure you know which schedule they're using so you can be on that schedule. But again, you wouldn't be able to know this information if you're not doing your research. You must do your research, guys. That is the most critical component to government contracting. It starts with the research. If you don't start there, you're going to make this extremely hard for yourself. You're going to get confused. And most importantly, you're going to stop believing that you could do this. You can do this. It's not complicated. It's just new training, new information. Just like you went through school, just like you learn anything else, you can learn it. And most importantly, I'm not telling you to do none of the work. I'll never ever tell you to use your hands to produce anything. One of my clients, Saritha, and she's actually going to be coming on this platform to tell you guys about trucking and dispatch service. She does over $1.3 million a month. You hear me? $1.3 million a month. And she's in Atlanta real quiet. She's not on social media, none of that. But she has a 22,000 square foot warehouse. She has over 13 trucks, as well as she does e-commerce, package and delivery, all right there. So she's a bundle of information with the trucking community. But she said something key to me when we first got her in as a client. I asked her, does she know how to drive any of the trucks? She told me no. I go, well, wow, I thought, truckers could possibly leave the truck on the side of the road and all this stuff. Don't you need to know how to like drive somewhat? She said, well, look, if I learned how to drive the truck, if something broke, that means that I had to go drive the truck. But since I don't know how to drive the truck, I have to hire people at all times. Do you hear and understand what she did right there? She understood that when you learn how to use your hands, you're going to use your hands. So she refused to learn how to use her hands to drive that truck. So now it forces her that she always has to bring somebody on to help with this. Driving the truck does not produce the money. Getting the contract is what gets the money. So you always want to make sure as a visionary, as a business owner, that you're not stuck doing the work, because that's just building a bigger, a more higher paying job for yourself. You didn't build the business, you just built a new job. Anytime you're using your hands to produce the revenue, you must understand as the business owner, as the visionary, your sole job is to bring money into the business. Checking emails, driving trucks, dispatching, finding loads, that don't make money. Remember that. Okay, so hopefully, if you're listening now and you're a owner operator, that you can start to look at things a little differently. And if you're a dispatcher, you're already doing a job not using your hands. Let's pay attention to some of these government contracts, and you could probably walk yourself into opportunities that will change your life there. All right, so let me look at these questions here. I'm going to start with our good old YouTube first. I appreciate you guys for putting your questions in here. Also, I'm just going to say hi, Nick. What's going? Nickel, Samuel, what's happening with you? Veteran Services, Trucking, SDVOSB, specialize in flatbed and stepbacks. Come on now. Hey, guys, as you see each other in the trucking community putting your information down there, like, this is your opportunity to network with each other. You got to understand. And I tried to do this when I first got on Clubhouse, but I just couldn't get the trucking community there. It's hard to get people to understand big business. Big business scares the shit out of people. The numbers are too high. They've never calculated that much money. As well as all they heard from society is like, we got to get our crumbs. Like you should go through the crumbs and work your way up. I'm not going to teach you in that manner. When I know that's not true. But instead, as you hear these individuals that have 1 truck, 2 trucks, 3 trucks, you must understand, if you come together, you got 10 people with 1 or 2 trucks. Let's say 10 people got 2 trucks. That's 20 trucks when you come together. Now you can do way bigger deals. You don't have to worry about that 1 truck deal. Go after deals for 20 plus trucks, and you're going to get a way better opportunity when you go bigger. So when you see these individuals in here talking about that they're in the trucking industry, and most importantly, you got somebody in the veteran services. If you're not a vet, you see a vet in the trucking, you now have a teammate, a potential teammate that is a veteran-owned business, and they're in the trucking community. Service disabled veteran-owned business is that. So again, Nico, I appreciate you for sharing that with us. Mid learning, how did you learn middleman with Apple? Do you create an account or gave them a call for quote? All right. So guys, again, Apple. Every single business, if you go to the bottom of their website, 9 times out of 10, they're going to have something called a reseller, affiliate. I mean, I don't give a damn what the name is, but if you go there, you can find out how to become a reseller. Apple for Business, Shop for Apple. What we got? Investor, blah, 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 leadership, newsroom, supplier responsibility. They changed it up now. I actually couldn't go through Apple directly because they have rules. So look, if you can't find it on the bottom of the website, just type in Apple reseller. All right, it'll pop up. All right, so if I scroll down past the ads, okay, now I can see Apple authorized reseller. So now they have training that you got to do to become an authorized reseller, as well as they're going to tell you certain dollar amounts that you're going to have to achieve in order to become a reseller. So 20774. If you can't make the list, they'll give you a list of resellers in the area. I don't know why that popped up like that. My bad. 20772. So boom, I put that in there. I'm doing iPads. They should give me okay. Near Canada. I don't know why I keep saying near Canada. I don't want to go to near Canada. But the more of the story, go on the sites where they have a reseller. If you find out, I believe Apple, you got to do like $100,000 a year in order to be a reseller. So if you want to be a direct reseller of Apple, go after contracts that are over $100,000. Like, why would you? It hurts my head when people do things that are just, I mean, goddamn, just read. It says in order to be an authorized reseller at Apple, you have to do over $100,000 a year. Why would you try to do $5,000 contracts? Go after contracts that are over $100,000. So when you get the first contract, you are fitting the criteria of what Apple's asking you for. You're going to order that day because it's products over $100,000 worth of product. And if you can't do it right now, we could do Apple authorized. Again, I'm taking their words. resellers near me. So now that I have that information right there, you know, the Apple authorized reseller near me, what we got? Macmedics, we got Apple Pentagon, we got Apple Carnegie. All right, they have a whole list of providers that, you see, they're bringing me back to the same thing. I just look for the providers, I ask them for a quote. You go to 3 providers, you ask them for quotes, just like any other business. They always say that they want 3 quotes before they make a decision. We want the same thing, 3 quotes before we make a decision. Once we get our 3 quotes in, we take the quote that we like, we mark it up a little bit more, and then we send that bad boy off to the government. The government says, hey, we'll accept that. We send out the purchase order. They approve the purchase order. We purchase the products. If Apple can label the products directly, or whoever you're buying them from, if they could label the boxes correctly of how the government wants it labeled in order to receive it, and that is key. Your stuff better be labeled how the government told you, not how I told you, how the government told you to label the packaging in order for them to receive it. If you don't label it right, they're going to say they didn't receive it, and you're not going to get paid. So you want to make sure that you're doing exactly what they say. If that company cannot label the box correctly, just mail the damn boxes to you. Mail the stuff to yourself, repackage the stuff, label it correctly, and then you send it off. Guess what? That's going to bring in more fees. So make sure that you add the fees to the government on your pricing. If you got to do all of that, it's going to add an extra $3 per product. Put the extra $3 onto the government. You as a business owner should never ever pay for fees of doing business. And I don't care if you're doing business with government or the private sector. This is why you guys can't grow your business, because you don't charge enough money. I don't pay for my lawyer. I don't pay for my accountant. I don't pay for none of the tools and systems to keep my doors open. My customers must pay for that. You have to pay for me to help you. That's the whole purpose of this shit. So raise your prices more, and then you can acquire the accountant, the lawyer, the software that's needed, the coaching help that you needed. Everything that you need, your customers should be paying for it. You just got to spread it out, right? Not one customer is going to pay for all of it. If you got a pipeline and you understand, all right, I'm going to get these 15 deals, well, you need to spread your fees out through those 15 deals. So I hope that helped answer that question right there. TMK, what's going on right here? I also assist with expediting small, I don't know what the rest of the words were right there, TMK. Trey, what's going on, my brother? Hey, Trey just released some new music, man. Make sure y'all check out Trey and his new music. I love it. All right, TMK. I also assist with expediting small business with obtaining their certifications, the DBE, WSB, SBE. If you guys need that help right there, you want to get the services expedited, make sure you check him out. Miss Mason, what's happening with you? She's definitely a ball of information when it comes to government contracting, so make sure you check her out as well. Mario, I see that you have the NAICS code here. I'm not going to dive into any more of the NAICS codes, but use my same steps that I showed you, and you could pull up those NAICS codes. All right, let's see what we got. Their NIH contracts are possibly those medical team loads they carry. Yeah, you're right, man. You know, in order to get those gloves and the PPE gear and, you know, just medicine period all across the United States, those are truckers doing that stuff. So definitely you want to make sure that you're looking into that medical agency. Dwayne or MacArthur, I hope I'm saying it correctly. It would say, I have a trucking dispatch business. Can I be involved in government contracting? I'll put that back up there again. Guys, absolutely. The only way that you can't get involved in government contracting is if you tell yourself you can't get involved in government contracting. But again, if you're out there dispatching, again, that's great to me because you're not using your hands. You already know the motto that I don't need to use my hands to generate revenue. So if you're dispatching trucks, to me, that's the same thing as government contracting. Go get the contract and dispatch the trucks. The beauty is, if you've already been dispatching, you probably know some truckers. You already know some owner-operators. So you're going to go win the contract and subcontract the work out to the truckers that you technically have been already subcontracting to. You must understand, you as a dispatcher, I know, see, this is one thing that I hate about America. we have to have a title to everything. There's got to be like some form of a title to everything that we do. But a lot of this stuff all means the same thing. Like I said, affiliate, authorized, reseller. I mean, it's all the same stuff to me. Same thing with this. You're doing dispatch work, right? But they call it dispatcher. So you probably don't have the thought that I'm a subcontractor. Well, not that you're a subcontractor. You're a prime, right? You're a prime contractor winning a contract and subcontracting it out to the truckers. You can't think in that method because the process isn't moving that way. They told you you have to call people and find loads. I mean, this is the same thing to me. Instead of finding loads, right, you're finding contracts. And you're finding the contracts, you're submitting to the contracts, and when you win, you have your subcontractors that you're going to go hire them to carry those loads. The only difference here is not on the load board. You need to probably build your team and make sure that you have the personnel in place that can perform before you submit that contract. That's the only difference. Opposed to the load board, you can look on the load board and find people all day long. You don't want to play in this space like that. You want to make sure that you already have your resources together before you go after them opportunities. All right, Daz Moon, what's going on? Hope that you're having a great day. I be reselling for years, but just learned about government contracting a week ago. Absolutely. Well, if you've been reselling for years, then you're ready for government contracting, my brother. You already know how to do it. Erie, what's happening? I had my certification for years, Port Authority, New York, New Jersey. But they consider my services as non-traditional as a salon, spa, and holistic wellness and health coaching. I could see that. Let me finish reading. Now starting DOT and non-DOT drug testing, but only want to get government contracts to put my certifications to work. Do you suggest going after subcontracting first? Yes, I'm always going to suggest subcontracting when getting started. Because 9 times out of 10, you don't know the business and you want to get paid. So you could go through a prime contractor first, and they're going to be the ones taking the brunt. If anything happens or whatnot, it's going to be their responsibility. So yeah, I'm always going to suggest subcontracting. But if you have the resources, you've been doing business for a while, and you know the ins and outs of the business, by all means, don't be scared of a prime contract. Go straight for the prime. Now, as far as your holistic services, salon and spa, a lot of times, again, we have to change our words. And what I mean by that is they may not pursue opportunities looking at it like a salon and spa. You may have to find what words are they using to explain what you do. Now, I don't know. Let's see. You know what? I'm actually going to look here real quick. I don't know if, I always usually say the government purchases everything. But I'm putting in massage. I think that's what you do at a salon and spa. I don't know. So I put in massage. Okay, I'm looking at date sign. Again, FPDS is what I'm looking through. Let me click right here on this first one. I don't know if this contract is for massages. I have to look through it. All right. Group 2, order EA massage tables. So they wanted some massage tables. They didn't want the massage. So again, this is when sometimes you got to think outside the box. If they're ordering massage tables and you do massages in salon, you should know how to get the tables. That's how I was able to sell the Apple products, because I use it every day. So yeah, if you already know where to get the tables from, yeah, they may not have the actual massage contract, but they have products for which you already know how to do. And again, I'm going to keep looking through. There's a company, Infinite Massage. I don't know if this is a massage contract. I must click through stuff to read it. Massage therapy for 600 people. So there you go. You're a believer now. I just showed you that they awarded a contract for massage therapy for 600 people. All right. So you don't have to guess about it anymore. Nor if you ask a PTAC personnel, which you may have asked about this, and they told you that the government doesn't pursue this because it's non-traditional. I always remind people they are PTAC workers. They're not PTAC business owners. They're PTAC workers. So all they did was read the damn script. And you asked them something outside of the box. Just like you asked me about salon and spa. And I'm like, well, damn, I mean, I've never done that before. So I got to go look. They're not about to go look because the script told them they don't have to. So they just may have told you, you know, that's non-traditional. You probably should run away and do something different. Well, no, you just need to do your research and find out for yourself. All right, so hopefully that answered your question right there. Let me see if there's any other ones here. This has been so good. Lisa, I appreciate you right there. Lisa, thank you. I'm going to look through Clubhouse really quick, see if any questions are there in the chat. Nope. All right, so this is over. We've been over here for 1 hour and 12 minutes. Hey, guys, I appreciate you all for hanging out with me. I want you to drop a fire emoji down there in the comments if you guys got any valuable information out of this. Go ahead and drop the fire emoji in the YouTube comments so I know that there was information that was valuable here today. That's the only way that I know if you guys have picked up any information that I put down. While you're doing that as well, don't forget, make sure you are liking, subscribing to the channel because I need your support in order to make this thing grow and share this information out here with the community of entrepreneurs. Again, I believe that this is our way of changing our communities. I'm not with marching. I'm not with begging people to do what's right when they know what's right. But what I am in the business of doing is taking what's out there for us to take. And there's opportunities right here in government contracting. This is the largest spending organization in the world. You don't have to keep asking your neighbors and asking your family to support you and then get pissed off when they don't spend $10 with you. $10 ain't going to change your life. $100 ain't going to change your life. And you out here trying to sell $10 things and $100 things. Do you know how many people you got to get to purchase to change your life? Instead, what I'm asking you to do, not give up on the $10 and $100 things, but just bring this customer in here, because the same thing that you're trying to do for the world, the government wants. And they want it on big ticket purchases. Not no $100, not no $50, not no $10 programs. We have an opportunity right here to change our lives first. I'm not worried about all the black people, all the minority people. I'm not worried about all them. My goal is to help one person at a time. And when I can help one, then I can help two. When I can help two, then I can help four into 8. But it starts with just that one person believing in themselves, because I don't need you to believe in me. I'm already a multi-million-dollar government contractor. I need you to believe that you can execute what I'm telling you right here. And then once you can believe, I need you to be determined. Do not give up. I don't care if it takes you a year to win your first contract, 3 years to win your first contract. If you've been working for 365 days a year, only to make $60,000, $40,000, hell, $100,000 in 365 days, 2,080 hours. If you've been working your ass off for 5 years, 10 years in that same model, you have to be okay with being patient to win your first contract that can change your life. Don't look for the crumbs. You could look for a $500,000 contract, $1 million contract, and become strategic to win that opportunity. And I promise that one contract will change your life. It will generate more revenue than you've ever done in an entire year. This is why you must be patient. You must keep trying this. Once you're in there, you are in there, as long as you don't mess up. You know what I'm saying? And when I say mess up, you don't pay people right, you're not doing what's been asked for. Because I know a lot of people who have won government contracts, and once that $2 million hits their account, shit hit the fan. They never had $2 million in their account before, and they can't believe it. And then they stop paying employees. They start doing drugs. They start partying. They build this big ass house and get all these fancy cars, and they ran out of money. And you guys don't do that, okay? There's plenty of stories of government contractors who have done that. It's just like athletes. Athletes get those big checks and then they blow all the money. Same thing happens in government contracting. Do not do that. But also, don't give up. of going after government contracts, pursuing government contracts, because again, one contract can change your life. If you're ready to get involved with this in this space and really learn exactly how I go about it, how I go about my cheating method in government contracts, how I've been able to win government contracts, I do have a program, puremoneygovcon.com. You can go check it out, get registered in the system, and start learning today exactly how I do this. Most importantly, you're going to be in a group of other individuals who are pursuing government contracts as well. And again, this is how you communicate. This is how you network. And they are literally not playing around. Like when I say determined to get government contracts, that group right there determined to get government contracts. So again, you want to work with individuals like that, build a team like that. And we have it right here at Pure Money GovCon. So you will get access to that private chat. You'll get access to my back office that has tons of training as well as links to help you get those certifications that you may need. And I've already done the research of all the agencies. So once you find the agency to spend the money in what you do, get in the back office, click. I've already researched everything that you need and their forecast of opportunities. Just got to click the button. You're going to get access to my Google Drive. My Google Drive has scripts and templates in there to help you talk to the government personnel, as well as you may need some information to get some 1099 contractors. I got stuff back there for you as well. And most importantly, guys, I know that everything, you can't answer all the time through video or a back office. Sometimes you need to talk to people directly, and the chat feature ain't enough. So the last Monday of every month, we go live on Zoom, and I tell all of my students, this is where you become selfish. Only worry about yourself. I want to know where you are at that moment so we can push you over that hump and you can keep proceeding forward. So the last Monday of every month, we do hop on Zoom, and you're able to ask me any question you want. The only thing that I won't do is write a proposal for you. That's too much work. But other than that, I will answer your questions and make sure that you're on the right track of getting your contracts. And lastly, when you get into our program, I understand that you're going to need some revenue. Most of us need some money in our pockets as a small business. So as you're learning this information, you're going to have the opportunity to tell somebody else about the program, and you get 25% commissions every time they register. All you got to do is drop them the link. They get registered. You get 25% commissions, and my company and my team will take it from there. We'll do all of the work of setting them up, training them, or whatnot. You're just going to get paid for telling other people about it. And that's our way to give back to the people who buy into us. So again, if you want to get involved in this space, puremoneygovcon.com. Check us out. Also, when you're there, you can download my free guide of getting started. Just by putting your information in there, you can get access to that guide completely for free. So again, visit puremoneygovcon.com and take advantage of that. Other than that, guys, I love you all. Join my Facebook group. It's the last call to action that I'll give you. Join my Facebook group, Pure Money Legacy. I'm a firm believer there should be two places that you're generating revenue as a small business. One is government and the other is the internet. If you're not doing something to produce at least at minimum $1,000 a month on the internet, you got to learn how to do this stuff. And I'm teaching this to you completely for free inside of my Facebook group, Pure Money Legacy. All you got to do is hop in there. You will see a URL there for you to fill out your business profile. This is for us to help guide you on the information that you're going to need, as well as say happy birthday to you when your birthday comes up. So make sure you take that URL, put it into your little URL thing up there on your Google bar, and fill out that business profile so we can make sure that we're supplying you with the best support that you need. Again, that is Pure Money Legacy on Facebook. If you're on Instagram, you click the link in my bio, travisknows.com. Scroll all the way to the bottom and you'll see all of my social media handles, and you could join into my Facebook group. I am there on Fridays teaching information, so you want to make sure you're getting in there so you don't miss information tomorrow at noon. Every Monday, I'm on Instagram Live at 8 p.m. Eastern. Every Tuesday, I'm on Clubhouse at 8 p.m. Eastern. Thursdays, again, I'm right here on YouTube showing you guys exactly how to do this. Don't forget, like, subscribe to the channel, comment under the video if you're watching it on replay or if you're watching it right now, if you enjoyed this information, if you picked up a nugget. All of the analytics help get in front of other people. It don't cost you $1 to put a comment, to put a like, and to subscribe to the channel. That's how you can bring back support so we can help spread this information across our communities. Other than that, I love you all. I hope that you have an amazing weekend, and most importantly, you get out here and get yourself some government contracts. All right, I'll talk with you all later. Catch y'all on the ones and twos, you dig? Holla at all y'all. Hope you have a good day.